Hey, welcome back everybody. You are listening to Ultimate Affiliate Marketing. I am your host, Paul Motley. As always, I'm here today with some more knowledge and also some thoughts. Just as you can hear a helicopter going overhead, which is weird. So hopefully that's not too disturbing on the podcast recording itself. And I do feel a little hoarse today, so apologies if my voice is a little bit out. Right, so let's dive into it. What I've been looking at is the differences between being an affiliate for a program and white labeling a program. So let's talk about what the two differences are, what they are, both are for a start. Let's say, let's pick a name out. Let's say Rob creates a program or a funnel or a course or something like that, and then asks me to help him sell it as an affiliate. So for every sale that I generate for his course, I'm going to get paid a commission. Now, from my perspective, that's great because I don't have to handle the support. I don't have to handle any refunds. I don't have to handle I don't have to actually make the program myself or the course itself. So that's obviously got its advantages. And in the meantime, if I'm doing it correctly, and if you go back on other podcast episodes where we talk about bridge pages and all that sort of fun stuff, you should be able to build your own list as well at the same time. So that's going to help you going forward to make even more income. The other alternative is what we call white labeling. And white labeling would be for Rob, in this case, saying to me, right, Paul, you can actually white label, which means you can recreate the whole funnel, the course and everything, and stick your name on it, your brand and everything, and it'll be yours. And then I'll just either, personally, I either have to buy it from him outright, the white label rights, or I pay him a monthly fee to be a white label person with it. Now, the differences in the two is that when the sales come in through the white label stuff, I get to keep all of the profits. But then it does also then mean I have to deal with the support. I do have to deal with refunds and stuff like that. But it does also give me more scope because I am collecting every single email that comes through. I don't need to then go and create a bridge page. And of course, I can tweak the funnel myself. I can add my own upsells if I want and follow-ups and everything else like that. So both things are attractive. And the reason why I was thinking about this today is because I had a conversation with someone. We were talking about that. And there's pros and cons again from a program creator, because if he has, let's say Rob has a bunch of affiliates, he's then got to not only make sure that the tracking's correct, because people, if they get upset if they don't get a commission for a sale that they've created, but also then Rob's got to go out there and make sure that he's actively paying out to the affiliates every 30 to 60 days, whatever the terms are. So there's that one way to look at it. Whereas if you're white labeling, then obviously you don't have that problem. And Rob, all he's getting is going to get passive income because he's got a chunk of money from me to buy the white label rights in the first place, or he's getting a passive income because every month I'm paying him for the white label access. So it's kind of a difficult one. And if you go back and you think about it some more, maybe Rob doesn't want a white label, doesn't want to, or white label as such, it's going to make a little bit different, doesn't want to have affiliates. Maybe he gets to a point where he's doing well, he's got an email list and there's been sales coming in and all that sort of thing, and he actually wants to sell it completely as a whole unit. So that's then an asset, that's a sellable asset, very much like we talked about before, about when people bought Skype, for example. They weren't buying the technology, they were buying the email list. So it's a difficult one to think of, and if you're just starting out, then obviously this probably isn't something you're going to have to worry about just yet. But if you get further down the line, when you start advancing from being just an affiliate to thinking about maybe I want to develop my own course, maybe I want to create my own softwares and things like that, and then you start looking to build relationships with people so that they can either white label or they can actually be your affiliate for your program. It's something to keep in mind. It's kind of like which one is best for you, and I guess it's probably dependent on the program or the software itself For me, I'm kind of in the middle. I mean, I like the fact that I can take something that's already proven to work, partner with the creator, and actually build and make income from it. In the case of, the perfect scenario here was, the perfect example is with Blake Nubar's program, right? Now, I white labeled, I partnered up with him, created my own Facebook presence and brand all around that funnel, and did really well with it. But also then later on, he actually allowed us to be an affiliate for the partner program itself, which then again, because of what I do, because of the amount of help that I put out to people, and added extra bonuses and all this sort of fun stuff, I've been getting decent sales from that as well. So at the moment, if I looked at the two, thinking, right, okay, well, they're almost on par with how much I'm earning from each one. So on one case, I'm still having to deal with support. I'm still having to deal with, although there's not many of them, to be honest, refunds if they come along. People have tech problems or access problems, or the typical example, someone put an email address when they purchase and then tried to use another email address when they tried to create a membership account. So we had a bit of a problem with that, but we got it sorted out. But it's all time. Whereas with the affiliate stuff, I've done the work in the first place. I've got my links out there, I've got my bonuses together, it's set and forget. There's all good stuff out there on the internet talking about how incentivizing people basically to come on board, and I just get notified of the sale. Now, admittedly, because of the way I've structured my bonuses, it is a little bit more hand-holding, and I do try go the extra mile with it by making sure that I am there for people that buy through my link, simply because I want them to be successful too. I really, really get a kick out of seeing success stories and people doing well with the program that I introduce them to. So that's a big deal for me. But it's still a little bit like, oh gosh, if I was ever to create a software or a course myself, in fact, for those of you that may not know, depending on when you're hearing about this, the Dream Car Mentor program is sort of live. Probably by the time you hear this, it will be live. At the moment, it's in beta, so that's why I'm not putting links out there. I'm personally inviting people to come in, which for me, that's something that I've wanted to create for a very long time, simply because I see, and for those that don't know, it's based around the ClickFunnels affiliate program. And if you are an affiliate for them and you manage to get and you sell 100 accounts, not only are you earning that passive income each and every month, which should amount to $4,000 to $5,000 a month, that's in dollars, plus ClickFunnels will actually pay you an extra $500 bonus towards a dream car. Now, $500 a month will get you a reasonably decent car, believe you me. And if you do really well and get over 200, they're going to actually bump that up to $1,000 a month. And then you're talking serious car. You can lease a pretty nice car for $1,000 a month, believe me. So the thing was, though, there are so many affiliates out there that I see, and I'm fixed within a small circle on the internet, right? So you see a lot of people doing exactly the same thing. Some people getting results with it, some people not getting results with it. And I thought, there is another way. There is an alternative way that I've seen previously done, but not in the way that I'm teaching it, because it was taught as a back end, almost like a reflex, almost like a trigger or something. You sell the thing that sells the thing type of thing. So they were getting into a program and they needed ClickFunnels to run it, and that's why people did so well by doing that. But I'm not going down that route. There is a completely different aspect to it. It's based on those people which are most likely to use the software for what it was intended to do, which was to create leads and create sales and customers, right? And that is where my focus is with the Dream Car Mentor service or program. And again, if you go to dreamcarmentor.com, then you'll see whether it's still in beta and if there's any spots available. You may or may not get lucky, who knows, depending on when you're listening to this. But yeah, so going forward, I'm kind of like thinking, right, what do I want to do with this? Do I want to do I want to allow people to come in as partners and resell it? Or do I just want people to come in as affiliates? Now there's pros and cons, because obviously either way is expanding the reach that I can get to, because I will be plugging into those people's audiences directly or indirectly. Now if it's a white label thing, obviously it's going to be completely indirect, because it'll be then their thing and they'll be the ones collecting the payments and all that sort of thing. Whereas if I affiliate, so I just use it as an affiliate program, then obviously those people, I am leveraging their own reach. So let's say if I've got a maximum of the 5,000 people on my friends list on Facebook, I can only ever really, without using paid ads and without people sharing content onto other people's wall, I can only reach 5,000 people. But what if there's, what if I manage to get like 2 or 3 affiliates or 5 affiliates, and they've all got 5,000 friends themselves? All of a sudden my reach goes from 5,000 to 20,000 or 30,000 people. Oh gosh, I really didn't need to do that. I am so sorry. So yeah, it's an interesting point, and at the moment I'm sort of like caught between the devil and the deep blue sea on which way to go with it. But it was just me kind of sounding out. And sometimes if you listen to the podcast, it is me just talking about what's going on in my business right now, the thought processes that I'm putting into it, because ultimately it's all driven by one goal, and that goal is to help people, and trying to find a way to help people as, you know, as just give us as much value as possible, so that it does actually impact on people. And that is kind of the thing. I want to be able to look back on this in 5 or 10 years and think, you know, I impacted so many people's lives in a positive way that, you know, I get to sleep at night, the good karma rolls around, and everything's sweet and dandy. Now I know in life that's not always the case, but it's a good position to try and strive for. It's a goal of mine anyway. So that's what I'm trying to do right now, just having a little think, still actually building the course itself, but yeah, so that's where you go. And if you do want to get notified about these things, it's dead easy, because if you get inside of the Ultimate Affiliate Toolbox, which is some of my free stuff, and it's got a huge amount of value in there, you'll get the link in the show notes, right? So you can go ahead and get access to that totally for free. You're going to get access to loads of sort of bonus expert interviews and stuff like that, which haven't been broadcast on the podcast before. So you're going to get in-depth stuff which they don't normally share with people, and that's why it's so important to go and get your account. Okay, but it also then allows you, because you're going to get notified as and when I bring stuff out, so that you can, because you'll be on an email list. Effectively, that's how things work. So just think about that for a second. Think, okay, right, well, if I want to see how Paul does stuff, then the best way to do it is either to follow him on Facebook or get on an email list of his, right? So if you're thinking, oh, I need to go and start modeling emails and all that sort of stuff, then this is the way that I do it. I get on people's email lists, and then I read their emails on a daily basis, and then I start to think, okay, right, well, that must be working for them, so that's something that I could also look at modeling myself, and making similar type of posts or similar type of emails, which I know that are working because they keep doing them, right? People never repeat stuff which isn't working, simple as that. Anyway, so that is me going to be finishing off tonight. I'm really sorry about the cough earlier on. My voice is croaky, and I look forward to hearing you all and speaking to you all again tomorrow.